So let's transition to some awesomeness. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 of the Amplify High School boys right here. Give it up for them. We got Brandon Guerin, we got Nathan Liu, we got Evan Peterson, Dan Smith. I'm a senior in high school. This is my son, Journey Smith, and Jack Speth. Yeah. I picked these guys up. We were at camp an hour and a half away. I picked them up at 5:45 from their dorm this morning, and I said, you guys can sleep in the car, fart in the car, whatever you need to do. I'll drive us there. So they got up. They sacrificed to be here with you because the rest of their peers are showing up at 11. So I want to kind of start off by just saying, first off, there's a bunch of other dudes that aren't in the panel this morning. We don't only fit so many people on the stage. So there, in the high school ministry, there's Pedro and Daniel. In the middle school, there's the Sheneman boys. There's a whole bunch of other boys that aren't up here. Yeah. And so thank you for these guys being up here. These guys I picked because they've had so many connections between 2 or 3 of them over years now. A lot of connections before and outside of Amplify. So give them just some quick examples. How have 2 or 3 of you been connected in the past?
So I run cross country for Nordonia, and these 2, Nathan and Evan, both run cross country for their schools, Hudson and Independence. It's been really great to see them at all the meets, and I really enjoy talking to them, like after the meets, or in Nathan's case, during races sometimes. Freshman year, I ran by Evan, I went, "Meow," and I never saw him ever again.
Oh my gosh. So me and Nathan, we've been like best friends since we've been like really little, and we would get to hang out every Monday at either my house or his house or another family's house. And there's a period of time where we would make YouTube videos, and I'm kind of glad that phase is over. And don't go looking for those videos, but you're not going to have to.
But you don't have to look for the videos. We have a clip right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a short clip. Check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Dungeon Rep Productions video. I'm Jack.
And I'm Nathan. Great
Enthusiasm, let's go.
That's Nathan introducing himself as Nate the Great. Nate the Great! And so it has been a buzz phrase around Momentum for quite a while now. Enthusiasm, let's go!
Every time I watch that video, I swear it gets worse. Like, I don't know how, it just does.
I love it. What other connections?
Me and Journey have pretty much known each other our entire lives, like since the moment we were born. So Journey's been like my day one bestie. So.
Oh yeah, way back, just little buddies.
Also, every day, pretty much Amplify, we play basketball and football together. So it's really a nice experience to be able to play basketball with all these kids. And we just so happened to beat some of the elders in a basketball game to 21.
Some.
Oh yeah, we beat the students versus staff, which Musa Saliba played in, but you couldn't tell he did because he pretty much did nothing out there. Make sure you let him know that too. Like, oh, I heard you did nothing yesterday. But yeah, we had Journey over here. He hit the game winner, and so yeah, we beat them.
Now. That didn't come up last service. That's nice.
I'm just gonna say I was training my whole life for that and Mo Kids. Ever since first grade, I was cooking Mike Love on a mini hoop downstairs. I was training for that game my whole life.
Yeah, we like to call Brandon the White Worm because of the way he gets rebounds. He's like Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
So he's pretty good at that.
Okay, well that'll change. I'm coming off a chest cold, so it wouldn't be the same if I'd played in that game. You know that, right? Okay, so which of you is the best at basketball?
I'm not gonna lie. When I'm healthy, I'm top 5 in the country. I'm actually committed to UNC, but don't look it up. I'm supposed to keep it a secret. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, we definitely know it's not Brandon, but it's probably either Journey or Jack.
Like out of us 5, we're all really good except for Brandon. But listen, he's not the worst because there's Musa, right? So like there's a bar and Brandon's like just above it because there's Musa.
Listen, it might not be a very good thing to brag about, but at least I'm over a bar.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Musa's like way under it. Like he's never seen the bar in his life. Like I'm not gonna.
We worked in some extra time because I knew this was about to happen. Yep. You're welcome. All right. So what is it? Amplify our student ministry, which is middle school, high school. What is it that you like about Amplify? What do you love about Amplify?
I really like the atmosphere and how like relaxed and laid back it is. I mean, I really enjoy our games of football and basketball after, and it's really nice to like talk smack with each other and really get closer. And the main thing is that during our spiritual discussions, I really feel like I'm comfortable enough to ask them about anything, and I don't feel like I'd get hazed for asking a stupid question about, spirituality or anything in my life. And I just really feel comfortable talking to all these kids.
My favorite thing about Amplify is just being able to like spend quality time with other Christians my age. Because at school, there's like not a ton of people who are also Christian. So like it's really nice to be able to like spend time with other Christians, playing football, having spiritual discussions, and kind of like refocuses myself on God at the beginning of each week. And like during like football and basketball games we play at Amplify, of course there's some smack talk. Like I especially like to smack talk Brandon, but yeah, like everyone's still like really kind, like respectful. Everyone like compliments each other, and it kind of reminds me of like how I should interact with others throughout the week as a Christian.
Yeah, I just like having that escape outlet like in my life, because almost all my battles come from like school, and we all come from different schools, so like we can kind of speak into each other's lives with like more objective views on like how we can honor God best, because all of us, like, I mean, everyone just, like, if you don't have that accountability in your life, you kind of just fall away. And so it's really necessary to have, like, that fellowship, like, no matter where you're at.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So these are 5 different high schools represented right here, which is really cool. They don't go to the same school. None of them do. So they have to be really intentional and have in the past about how they connect with each other. And so how do you guys keep connected through text or chat or however, how do you stay connected and encourage each other during the week?
So yeah, also my voice is so hoarse from freak out. So
this is freak out
this is
weekend
gonna be
right
rough.
here. Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely stay connected throughout the week. Like me, Jack, Nathan, we usually play video games or something. Me and Brandon go to the gym together. He's trying to get like me. he's working on it. Maybe one day. Yeah, every like couple weeks or so, we'll go to Canes together. Sometimes we'll have like really good discussions in Canes, which is a weird place to have a really good discussion. But yeah, other times we'll just go home and like box each other, which again, Brandon usually takes the beating.
This is so true. Like, hey, let's talk about Jesus at Canes. And then you guys want to go box each other at the Smith's house?
Mm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
One way we also stay connected is we have like a group chat, and usually we'll text each other. Sometimes it gets like really deep with like conversations, or just there's news that we want to share that we can't wait till Sunday to talk about. And then sometimes we're just like sending each other weird pictures of each other. Like I'll have like 40 notifications when I'm at school, and it's all just like pictures of Evan when he was like 5 years old with a blue mohawk or something. I'm like, where is this coming? I was like so confused the one day.
Yeah, Journey found a way to literally attach weird and embarrassing pictures of me onto my own text messages that I send. So it just covers up what I say with pictures of me. So yeah.
Yeah. We also like to use the Bible app a lot too to do plans together, and then we'll like text in there with each other. And when we're on Amplify during discussion, we'll just like reference one of the things we talked about, one of the Bible plans. And the group chat's also really good if we want to like hang out. Journey's really good at like being able to make sure that we can go to Canes together and then go beat each other up in a parking lot somewhere. But yeah, it's really good to have that group chat just to stay connected with everybody.
Yeah, and with the group chat, there's this one time where like Jack was sending like videos of like Evan's feet or something, and
No way, bro.
and right after he sent that, I got a notification from Apple that said, if you feel uncomfortable with the people you're surrounding yourself with, you can call this support line for help. So that was an experience.
I'm sorry to all my family that's watching right now. That's not true. He's lying.
Yeah. If you're online, you can have this too. You can have this too.
But yeah, I feel like for more in-depth, like deeper conversations, like not just like sending pictures of like Evan's feet or like going to Canes, like I feel like personal threads are a lot like more like useful, because sometimes it can be kind of weird just to drop like everything like on a group chat or like at the Sunday Amplify meeting with everyone around. So like sometimes just saying, hey, you want to call in like 15 minutes or something, then you just like lay out how your week's been going or something in a couple hours, and you just get to just really talk through with the person about like what you're going through, and it helps you like just reach the best conclusion because you have someone right there with you. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's a way that one of these guys has come through for one of you guys?
At Connect, which was like our summer retreat, Jack, well, first we had like a really good discussion. It was like a good sermon. We were all talking about it, and I was talking about how like I just needed to talk to people more like about what I was suffering with and like what I was going through at the time. And we had the sermons and stuff were here, but our like cabin was like a really long walk away. And so I'm walking there, and Jack just basically told me like, if you need to talk, like I'm here. So like the whole way back, I was able to talk to Jack about that. And we found lights in the woods and hung them up in our dorms.
On Christmas lights in the
Because
woods.
why not?
Shout out to Daniel for setting those up for us. That was awesome.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times that these guys have come through for me, but one of the times in particular is a couple years ago when my parents and the Smiths were in the same Mo group on Thursday nights. After school or like after basketball practice or something, I'd go over to the Smiths' house and just get to hang out with like Journey, Zion, and Aslan. And we would usually like play basketball, which you guys probably figure out we talk about basketball like all the time. We play video games, and then most of the times we would just end up like talking for like an hour just about things that we were going through. And at the time, we both were in like tough school environments where our faith was tested a lot. So it was really nice just to get to like talk to each other about these things. And like same thing with like Nathan, like I said, like we'd get together almost every Monday, and we'd get to just like play basketball and play video games and then just talk for a while about like what we were going through. And it's really nice just to have those like systems, like support systems, to get to talk to people about what's been going on in your life and stuff like that.
Yeah, Journey got me on the YouVersion Bible app. That was a huge help. I still like, as Jack mentioned earlier, we like do Bible plans together and stuff, and I often like I fall behind on those a lot. So like Journey will be texting me like, "Hey, get on the Bible plan. You got to do it today." And like I'm still failing at that, but definitely gets me to like question a lot of what I'm going through, because I lose a lot of steam like spiritually throughout the week. Like Sunday I'll be like totally on fire for Jesus, and then like Friday or Saturday I'll be like, am I even a Christian or something like that? So I don't know, just yeah.
That's great. I've caught wind, and I know others have too, so it's been cool to hear this from like Lauren Love, who leads our student ministry, that at times I feel like I've overheard or figured out that when you guys have doubts or there's something you're struggling with about Christianity, you guys kind of, not that you don't go to other people also, but you guys also talk to each other about that. Do you have any examples of that?
So one of the main things that we talked about, like as a big group, was the denominations of Christianity, which, to be honest, I still don't really understand. But the main thing that I really enjoy about this group is that when we talk about how he has a plan for us, and it's not like everything's going to go your way exactly how you want it, and you just got to trust in him that he'll like provide for you, and instead of saying why me, just look at all the new possibilities that it opens up for you. And just to see that other kids my age are struggling with that a little bit too really helps me realize that not everyone's perfect, and it just really helps me trust in him and have faith in him and really just move on through the week trusting him.
So there's a period of time of my life where I was like really struggling with like doubts about my faith, and I talked to my mom about it, and she recommended that I read The Case for Christ, which is just like a book that like gives like some evidence of like Jesus actually existing and being the Son of God. But so I read that. That really helped. And then later on, Journey knew that I had this struggle, so he asked me about it. I recommended that he also read the book. And, we still struggle with doubts sometimes, but, like, we sometimes talk about them in, like, the comments of a Bible plan in the Bible app. And even though like we don't always have the answers to each other's questions, I think it's still like really good and valuable to have those conversations. And I also think this kind of shows that like God can use like tough parts of your life or like tough struggles for good, because since I struggled with like doubts about my faith, hopefully I can help or at least like relate with other people who might have similar like struggles.
Yeah. Evan's definitely one of the deep thinkers in the group for sure. He's a smart kid. So how have you seen someone else in this group grow spiritually over the last year? Who would you shout out in this group?
Nathan Lou, absolute stud, unit. Nathan, just over the past year, it's really clear, like, he's not just doing this and going to church and going to Amplify. He, like, actually wants to live a life for Christ, and he's, like, actually pursuing it. And, like it's like every decision he makes, he's like, is this honoring God? Is this what God wants? Like, or is this what I want? And so, like, there's been many times he's like, can you call about this? I want to, like, see if I'm making the right decision here. He's just been very, like, intentional about the things and the things that he's doing, the decisions he's making, stuff like that. So yeah, Nathan has grown a bunch spiritually.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think Nathan has definitely grown a lot spiritually over the past year or two, and just like he's just like really intentional about being kind and respectful to others, and he's always been like a nice guy, but like I've really noticed over the past year or two, like he's been really intentional about it, and like we can tell that like he's been like studying the Bible and like really focusing on his relationship with God. And sometimes we joke that like he should preach his own sermon because he has like so much knowledge. And like we're only half joking because like we genuinely think I mean we genuinely think that he should preach his sermon because like I don't know, he just gives like really good like biblical godly advice during discussions at Amplify. So.
Oh, this is happening. I'm getting a week off, man. Yeah.
Yeah, based on the last two answers, I'm sure you can guess where I'm going. Also, Nathan Lou. Nathan, he's just always seeking people, I guess. If there's somebody that's new that isn't familiar with Momentum or with the people here, you always see Nathan Lou going up and talking to them and just being able to connect with them in some sort of way, like a hobby or interest, and then being able to connect it to Christianity. And he really seeks out wisdom a lot as well. He goes like his dad, who is like one of the smartest people I've ever met when it comes to like Christianity. And Nathan, you can see a lot of that in him as well. Just how smart and knowledgeable he is. Like if I ever have like questions, I'm like, let me text Nathan Lou. You know what I mean? And then he'll like send me back like a full paragraph. So like, you got it because we have a test next week. Make sure you study. And I'm like, man, all right. But he's just really so smart with stuff like that. And there's not like also Brandon Guerin. After getting to spend the last weekend with him, I really realized just how much he's changed over the last year, just with spirituality and just how like he's a lot more like knowledgeable now and just like being able to really connect with people with that.
All right, White Worm. All right.
Yes, sir, White Worm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like oftentimes we also forget that, like, yeah, it's like great that like you can like be kind to people or like show the love of Jesus to people, but like at the same time, like none of that would even be possible if like I didn't have you guys, because like I don't know, I bring a lot of like my doubts and questions to you guys as well. It's not just like a one-way conversation. And I mean, I don't know, I feel like especially for like Journey, I've seen him grow a lot spiritually over like the past year. Like I see him taking notes on the sermons all the time. I see him like commenting on the Bible plans all the time. I see him like constantly keeping me accountable. Like I know he's been like memorizing scripture and stuff, and I didn't really think it was like that big of a deal until like not too long ago, earlier in the fall, when I was really struggling with something I'd been going through for like a couple months, and I was just kind of like at like a breaking point almost, and I was like, Journey, I don't know, I kind of want to like screw over this plan I've been following, which was kind of like just letting like God have complete control over the situation and doing not really that much about it. And he like immediately sends me like 10 pieces of scripture like on the spot they'd memorize, and I'm like, maybe this is important. So yeah, definitely Journey.
You guys are awesome. We'll close with this. I'm going to ask Jack this question. How does it help you when you're going to Amplify, when you're going to Connect, which is the summer church camp they go to, or Freak Out this weekend? How does that help you just knowing most of those times you show up, these guys are going to be there when you get there?
Yeah, so when I like think about going somewhere, I want to make sure, I got my guys with me. Like it makes me feel more comfortable. Like Momentum is like a second home to me, and being at Amplify, I feel like I'm with my family. And like right now, I'm like up here with my brothers. Like the middle school boys and girls are like my little brothers and sisters. Every family has a crazy aunt, and we have Jamie Steele, who pretty much fills that role. So yeah, we even got like a bunch of like uncles like Josh Kays. We got Papa Rob, so I mean like put that where you will, grandpa, dad, whatever. But but it's nice just being able to go to group and just getting to talk with other people my age who are also believers, to just get to talk about what's been going on with our lives recently and just get things off our chest and just have a good support system. And I encourage that if you are between grades 6 through 12 and you're able to come on Sunday nights, that you do, because it's really amazing just to get to hang out and build relationships with people through Christ. And it's really, really awesome. I don't know where I'd be without it pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. So, man, one, I love their connection throughout the week, and I hope that there are students that are going to be coming back from Freak Out who kind of do what they're saying and, like, get involved, jump in, and, like, make this the week that you transition into going to church, going to Amplify, because it can just make a huge difference. But for the adults in the room, man, I hope that you kind of crave this kind of during the week connection with other people that can help you and encourage you spiritually, and to get in a Mo group, which is kind of our version of what they do at Amplify. Just that you have people throughout the week who are cheering you on, encouraging you, which you might not have in other parts of your life. And so, yeah, big encouragement there. Give it up for these high school boys. They're awesome. Yeah, heck yeah, for sure. For sure. Standing O.